Some new rules for New Orleans restaurants starting on the 1st of January. They'll be required to follow a new law enforced to stop childhood obesity. At least that's the goal of it. According to the Journal of American Medical Association, 1 in 3 kids in Louisiana are obese or overweight. The highest rate of overweight kids is between the ages of 12 and 18. Doctors warn that childhood obesity can produce a lot more problems down the line when it comes to your child's health. That's why the New Orleans Health Department is taking some action starting the 1st of the year. Joining us now with more on this is on this new city law is Jeannie Donovan, who's the Deputy Director of Population Health and Disease Prevention for the New Orleans Health Department. As I said, you have a title that's a mouthful. First of all, this is something that a number of cities have enacted similar legislation. It's not without controversy.
Yeah, that's right. We did get some pushback about the law when we were passing it about 1 year ago, but we made some compromises to try to make it easier to swallow, no pun intended, for some of the restaurants and businesses in the city.
So it's a tiny step, but you think an important step. And what do you hope this will accomplish?
Yeah, good question. Well, we know that sugar is the #1 source of, or soda and sugary beverages are the #1 source of added sugar in kids' diets. So we hope that by passing this law, it will make the healthier choice a little bit more of an easier choice for kids when they're going out to eat with their families.
And for those who don't know exactly what does the law say and what are the requirements now for restaurants here in New Orleans?
Yeah, so starting January 1st, all restaurants in the city who serve a children's meal are required to offer on the menu with that kid's meal only milk, water, or a small amount of 100% fruit juice. And when I say water, I mean plain, unflavored, unsweetened water, plain, unsweetened, unflavored milk, low-fat or non-fat milk, and juice box size or less of 100% fruit juice.
And for those parents who and inevitably they'll fight back saying you're trying to police the way I'm raising my children, you can opt for something else on your own. It's not you're forbidden by law to do that.
Yeah, this is really just about changing what's on the menu and changing the default beverage with the meal. But
so keeping parents aware then maybe.
Yeah, so really just making it easier so that the choices that the kids see are milk, water, and juice. But if you really want that extra special treat, or your kid really wants that soda, they got a good grade on their test, then you can treat them to the soda off menu, so to speak.
And how important do you think this is that we have a change like this? And even though the restaurants fought it, down the line, what do you think that'll do?
Yeah, it's really just one step towards saying, we need to take a look at what's happening in our city with regard to chronic disease. We have high rates, as you said, of childhood obesity, high rates of hypertension and diabetes later in life, and these are things that reduce the quality and length of life. And we really want to start early with our kids, making those lifestyle and behavior changes so that they can take those throughout their lives and have a healthier, longer life.
And when we say high rates, what are we talking about here compared to other places?
Yeah, we know that Louisiana ranks really low on the what we call the state health rankings, and so usually 49th or 50th. And so a lot of times what's driving those bad results are chronic disease rates, things related to the things that we eat and the things that we drink and the other things that we consume that aren't good for us. And so we want to just make sure we're taking those youngest New Orleanians and we're saying we should have healthy beverages with our meals most of the time.
And how long do you think it'll take to see results of this? And as you said, it's just one little step.
Yeah, it's one little step, and we actually have some partners at some of our local universities are helping us to evaluate whether this really changes what kids are drinking when they go out to eat. And if we're going to look at those results, and if we make some changes, we see changes in what kids are drinking, then we may take a look at what's in the meals themselves.
Well, I was going to say that because usually on kids' menu it's fried chicken or fried something, mac and cheese and stuff like that, which are all not the healthiest of foods.
That's right. And so we've seen big chain restaurants like McDonald's already make some of these changes that we're talking about. And so if you go and order a kid's meal at McDonald's, oftentimes the default is apple slices.
Okay.
So we've seen them already make that little shift. You can still order fries off menu, but the default is apple slices, and the default beverage is milk or water or a small 100% fruit juice box.
Hopefully parents will take that in mind. All right, thank you for
so.
coming in. We appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you.
New law starts January 1st.